Hello, welcome to Bars and Bells Strength and Swings class. My name's Lauren.
And I'm Ian.
And together with our kettlebells, which are slightly off to the side or just behind us, we will practice our strength movements. But first, we warm up with the body. Let's get started.
We'll be squatting just a little bit, or maybe even on one leg shortly, but let's stand in your sumo or second or similar to squatting position. With the hands across the body, retract the shoulder blades and tuck in the chin. I'll be rotating to the right at the head first. Rotate at the head neck to the right. Then with the extra retraction of the shoulder blades, rotate through the torso to follow. Keep the torso there and let the head return to the center and let the body follow. Chin tuck, rotation through the head. Torso next. This pattern comes in handy in our getup. Return the head to center, the torso to follow. Repeat one more, it's a chin tuck, a rotation, then head back to center, torso follows. Squeeze your butt cheeks, turn your head, gently turn, twisting the upper back, and reset the head to center, and let the body follow. Arms down, and then just assemble your stance a little bit narrower. From here, have palms face forward and make light fists. Then flex on the wrists, meaning knuckles facing forward, and gently bend on the elbow. As if pulling apart a slacked rope, ensure that the pinkies and knuckles are pointing straight up to the ceiling. Shrug, pull down, elbow tips towards forward. Breathe. Reset the elbows to the body. That'll be like our rack position with the kettlebell shortly. And then open the fingers to the wrists, extending, and then straighten out on the elbow. Retract the shoulders together and reach towards behind you as if to touch your hands together. We have push-up wrists or extended wrists in the back, so let's make a fist one more time. Then bend on the wrist, followed by our bend on the elbow, and take a quick moment here to see if those pinky knuckles are facing up. Shrug but just once, armpits down for this practice, and then elbow tips towards forward. We'll point to the back wall with the fingertips, and then open through the wrists, and shoulder blades squeeze just like in those kettlebell swings, and return down low with that extra little shake and wiggle. Upper body warm up for me, lower body warm up with Lauren. Take it away.
All right. It's going to get a little wild here. I'm going to give you the side profile. Let's step into that squat position. Whatever's comfortable for you. Then let's pull ourselves down into that low squat. Now, let's take our hips, keeping our femurs relatively stationary, and slowly reach around like you're doing the hula hooping with those hips. Once you've done 2 circles one way, try to do 2 circles the other way. The upper body staying relatively stationary. The lower body staying relatively stationary minus those hips. And where you started. Whew.
Those hip holsters,
push
Lauren.
Down
Holy cow.
All right. We'll add on to that a little bit. We'll pull ourselves down again. This time at the hips, could we tip the tailbone to the ceiling, that anterior pelvic tilt? Then could you stay where you are and gently tuck your tailbone under? Again, tip the tailbone to the ceiling. Tuck the hips under. Let's end with that anterior tip or tailbone to ceiling. Whoop. Push down and away to tall. One last time, we'll just hang out in that low squat position. After that warm up, we should be able to get a little lower. Breathing, chest is extended. You could rock back and forth side to side. Then push down and out on the floor. Whoop. Come to tall. Let's heel toe those feet back to center and warm up a couple 2-legged hinges and then single-legged hinges. Starting with your feet in a hinge position, which is about shoulder width, rock back and forth, find a comfortable foot placement. Take your hands, chop your hips, sending your hips back. In your hinge position, your hips are higher than your knees, unlike your squat. Shins are vertical, toes are heavy. Spine is nice and long. Feel that load through your hamstrings and your cheeks as well as your tree trunk abs. And then push down and out on the floor, extending the hips, squeezing the cheeks, bracing the abs. Whoo, do it again. Chop your hips, hinge back, hang out. Toes are heavy, all 10 of them. Feet gripping, then push down and out, extend tall. Let's add on and take away a single leg. We'll go out into a two-legged hinge. We'll transfer weight, trying not to change our shape. Reach that offloaded leg long and circle it all the way behind you. Once it's behind you, try to verticalize your front shin by lifting your hip. Now your hip is your fulcrum. Bring your hip over top to stand up tall. Repeat on the other side. Hip hinge. Reach the other leg to the side. Draw the circle. Stay connected to the floor. Touch, 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 touch. Verticalize your front shin. That word is not yet in Webster, but coming soon. On that fulcrum hip, whoop to tall. One more time each side. Hinge. Transfer. Brace core. No tipping or twisting. Reach to the back. Vertical. Over the foot. Both hips through. One last time. Hip hinge. Transfer weight. Reach to the back. Stay connected to that floor. Lift up the hip a bit, but keep the hips square, and then both come through. Give that a little shake.
Shake, shake, shake. And one more groove for those overhead movements with the shoulders. Take the hands, point them to the floor, and make light fists. Bend the wrists just a little bit. That's a good shape for that kettlebell to have slightly flexed wrists. Then from here, shrug up and then pull down and pull the armpits down as the hands go towards overhead. Make it nice and easy, but find ways to make that also safely challenging on the armpits. From there, we'll shrug up. Then we'll armpit pack down, and whether it's your press or your chin up, pull back to your strong racks position. One more time, armpits stay low this time as we go towards overhead. The shoulders never elevate or shrug on this one, and then continue to pull back down to the rack. Open the fingers, extend through the elbows, and then the shake and the wiggle. That is a nice example of our overhead pressing movement. Try that with body weight, try that with a light bell, and then find the bell that's just right to bring about the challenge and improve your strength. Loaded carries from here, Lauren. Get your kettlebell. I have two. I'll be using my lighter of the two kettlebells here.
Get a grip.
That's right. Grab a bell, get a grip. So we'll start with ourselves in our low position. Lauren will cue us through that, and I'll take it away with our squat.
Excellent. In our low position, our kettlebell is weight between our feet, with it in line with our shins. We like this because this encourages the hips back when we pick up. We're going to hinge. Place one hand on the bell, the other hand squares up. Pack your shoulder, brace, and hop, one motion. Step your feet a little narrower, bring the bell to the side of the body. In this position, that bell arm is slightly elevated, retracted shoulder, bell just off the body. If we were cheating, we'd be falling to that bell side, but we don't cheat. We keep ourselves up on that far side abs. You can breathe, hear the quiver, squeeze the cheeks for 4, 3, 2, bring the bell in front. Shoulders stay square, both hips go back, bell goes down, up without. Same thing, second side. Hip hinge, square up shoulders, pack, brace, hop. Step, bell to the side. Slightly elevated, slightly retracted, bell off body. Still check in and try to keep the weight even in both feet. Far side working hard. Feel it for 5. You don't have to punch yourself. 4, 3, 2, step. Both hips go back, hinge, up without. Stay tuned.
We'll continue the grips as Lauren described. Until then, we'll work on our single leg squat. Clear your space, make sure it's all good, and from here, pull up towards that single leg. No daylight between those knees, so aim to have the knee facing forward. The tailbone tips like that cow or anterior tip, and we sit low in the squat. And then push the hip forward, finishing nice and tall with the kneecap pulling up. Sets of 3, we'll go knee over toe, keep nice and tight, and then press the hip through, finishing tall. Check that balance or use that balance aid off to the side, knee over toe, and extend the hip, gripping the foot. Stand on 2 feet, repeat on the other side. Pull into the middle, and the hip flexion, meaning the bend on the hip on the elevated leg, aims to help you get lower as well. And then push the hip through, finishing tall. Repeating Taking your time, slowing down because it is harder, and then push the hip through. Straight knees, squeeze glutes. And one last time, the butt cheeks have to relax on the down phase, and they clench and grip and power us back up to tall. Finish on 2 feet, shake it out, floppy fishes, whatever we're gonna do down there. Grip holds, second set.
Back to that bell. This time, we'll work on our rack position, preparing for presses later today. Our rack position is tight to the body, vertical forearm, nice straight wrist, bam, bam, straight. Let's stand right over top of our bell. Use our hip hinge. I like to do a quarter turn on that bell. Grip with one hand, that's the side it's going to. Second hand cuddles. Keep the bell tight to the body, pull it up to that rack position. Once you feel comfortable, remove that second hand. As I'm here, feet are rooted, abs are braced. I'm in a standing plank, so my ribs are over top of my hips. I'm thinking about, I'm gonna press this bell. I'm gonna press this bell. That's what I'm thinking. My lats engaged, strong base for 4, 3, 2. 2 hands, keep it tight as you put that bell down. Breathe, shake. Same thing other side. Hinge, grip, zip, up. Same idea here. Check in with your wrist. It's nice and straight. The bell's mainly resting on your forearm. You might feel it a little bit on your biceps, but it's mainly on that forearm, getting ready to press. Weight even in both feet. Tight cheeks, tight abs, breathing. For 3, 2. 2 hands, tight to the body, park bell.
Returning to those single leg squat progressions, start with your feet in parallel, pull up to that little ankle nub in the middle, and hold your balance. And maybe this is where you stay, or follow us along as we descend in that single leg squat. Then reach out the front, pull it back underneath, and extend the hip through. Repeat for 1 more this time, 2 on this leg. As we go down, keep the knee the same height, reach the leg out front, pull underneath, and press the hip through. Stand on 2 feet, take a breath, and repeat on the other side. Knee towards over toe, our tailbones are tipped just like the little bit of a cow. Then the knee stays in the same place as we extend out front, and then pull and press through. Repeating knee over toe, tailbone like a cow or that anterior tip. Then lift the leg higher, reach it out front, pull, and tall.
Might have gone a little fast on that one.
Speed helps. So go slow as you can, but definitely speed up as you need. We have one more
rack hold, but not a rack hold, a goblet hold. We'll stand over top of our bell, pull, catch, and get it to that goblet position. This will place the handle here. It's because it's getting so long. We'll turn the handle at quarter turn so it's in line with our arches of our feet. We'll hinge 2 hands on top, and then as we pull down the horns, zip up that bell. Bell is off of your chest, near your collarbone. Ribs to hips, elbows in, shoulders retracted, lats engaged. Butt cheeks squeezed. Breathe. If it's easy, look through the window. Then bring it back down. Do it 1 more time. As you lift the window open, it's from your lats, your traps are staying low. Pull them back down, and then hinge. Give that a shake. We're doing it 1 more time. So as I described when we open, my arms are late to do that. As we open the window here, keeping our shoulders out of our ears, lats engaged. 1 more time. Hinge grip, pull catch, tight, tight. Breathe underneath that shield. Then try to open the window for 5, 4. Pull it back down to that collarbone height. Breathe, retract your shoulders, engage your lats. Keep it tight to the body as you hinge to place down and up without.
For 1 repetition on each side.
1 repetition.
I'll do my stronger side first and my strong side second here. Work on 1 fluid repetition of your pistol squat. Clear the area, take a big step back maybe, and then pull a leg up, and then reach it out front. And now this time, get as low as you safely can. Amazing, Lauren. And then power back up. Kick, rock star glam kick, check. Then pull up the other leg and extend it out front. And that was my stronger side, but that means this one is still strong as I just very patiently go down, hi-ya, and stand up. Oh, I was actually really happy with how that went, so I'm gonna leave it on 1. Low numbers of reps can go a long way. Kettlebell drop, body weight drop, 1 solid rep.
I'll come back, don't worry.
Shake it out.
All right, we are preparing with more kettlebell strength skills as we warm up with some get-ups for 2 rounds and
Sounds
some
good.
single arm preparatory swing requirements. So let's come down to the floor, start with a get-up on each side. Choose a load that's appropriate for you. It could range from a body weight get-up to a loaded get-up, whatever it may be. Give yourself some space. Come down into the cuddle position. You could spend the whole time in your cuddle position. Sometimes that's nice. But if you'd like to, join us as we roll to our back and press that bell. Next, we use our hip and pull on the elbow. Find your hand, keep that bottom shoulder packed as we bridge and sweep. Hand leaves floor, square up the shoulders and the legs. Use both legs to help you up. We have that nice overhead position, and we're going to keep that as we come down in our lunge. Shoulders over hips, front foot moves, rotate hinge, sweep, elbow, and to your back. 2 hands, bell comes down, returns to the cuddle. Spin yourself around that bell, and we'll repeat the same thing on the other side. What?
Whenever I see Lauren's kettlebell, I look at the number on mine and think I should be going heavier. That's all. That's all.
It's not always about the weight.
But sometimes it is.
But sometimes it is. All right, cuddle, roll, and press. Next, we'll do that hip extension and pull on the elbow. Find your hand. We have our bridge and our sweep. Hand leaves floor, front foot moves, hips level as we drive up. Control that down again. Try to extend that back hip as you come down. Front foot, rotate hinge. Make sure you stack your shoulders before you sweep. Find your elbow, control to your back, pull your bell down, and return it to the cuddle. Let it go. No rules. Stand up.
Hi-ya. That ninja squat stand, or maybe the no hands. From that position, as Lauren said, let's start warming up our swing. We're using our right hand or your hand of choice, but we'll go 2 repetitions of our hike pass where we pull the kettlebell to the groin for 2. And then after that, a stop swing to the ground for 2, and then 2 consecutive swings. And we'll switch to the other side. Follow along, 2, 2, 2, hike, stop, and continuous swing. Check it out. You could use 2 hands here if you're new to the swing as well, but we'll pull to the groin or zipper and park. And pull to the zipper and park. And pull and hi-ya, and park, pull, ya, and park. And now 2 in a row. And then find the floor. Come up barehanded. Shake the hair out of the way. Relax the grips. Let's repeat on the other side. Same thing. Chop the hips. Grip the bell. Packing a shoulder. Pull to zipper and park. Zipper and park. And ya to park. And ha. And park. And now 2 in a row. Hi-ya. Hi-ya. And park. Ooh, if there was a synchronous medal awarded for swings, I think we would have won that, Lauren. It was soft, it was quiet, but it was also very powerful. Not humble that, Lauren, with that bow. One more get up, I think, unless you have something else in mind there, Lauren.
Yeah, I don't think there's a medal, so I was accepting the imaginary one.
Great.
Let's do 1 more get up on each side. Give 4 under the old belt today, and see where that takes us.
Sounds good.
All right, 1 more get up. We start in that cuddle, roll, and press. As we go here, step by step, but flowing through the movements, but not rushing. You're looking up towards that bell as you sweep, and then once you come into that lunge position, the forward head. Keep that overhead arm as you come back down, And once you hinge, we're back to looking up, stacking the shoulders, elbow, and always take your time coming to the floor. Pull that bell down, return to via the cutout, let it go, spin yourself around the bell. I was gonna go the wrong
Feet
way.
over the bell, not the head. Good call.
Good call. Good call. We'll do the same routine on the other side.
Ready.
Ready, Freddy.
Ready.
What I like about the get up, oops, ouch. It's okay. What I like about the get up is all you're thinking about is the get up. Pulling to that elbow, pressing to the hand, packing that shoulder as you sweep. Breathing. Controlling that down, keeping that vertical forearm overhead arm. And one more sweep here to the elbow with that packed shoulder to your back. Pull down and return. Whew.
Whew, I did that side, so I'm going to come on up on my other side of the same kind of get up there. And for one last time, just as we get into those sets of swings, let's aim to do 5 continuous swings on one side, park it, come up, readjust our bell, and 5 on the other side. We'll be going forward in I go, you go patterns. Let's just explore that right here. Lauren will go first. Her hands on the bell, and if you're ready, join her as she is swinging. And 5. Ooh, that's a weird way to say 5. 4, and 3, and 2, and one more time. There we go. Pop.
I think pop.
5 is more like pop. And 5. Stay strong. Here we go.
5 swings.
Join me if you were wrestling.
Here we go. Ian's team, 5 swings. At the top of that swing, the shoulder is retracted. We're ending at chest height with a relatively straight elbow and a core brace. Same thing on that second side.
Would
5.
never do it, but Lauren's ready for that punch. The tension on the core, the fully extended hips, the shoulder packed. Yes, there's so much to think about, just like a golf swing, just like everything if you allow yourself to get the deep dive
Just like
going.
any skill, really. It's annoying, but that's why it's called a skill, because you have to practice. Swing your bell. Think about this skill right now. Using your hips to get that bell up there.
Awesome.
All right, building on last week, in which we did, I press this side, Ian presses that side. I press this side, Ian presses that side. I swing, he swings, I swing, he swings. Times 5 rounds.
5 rounds.
5 rounds.
Goes by pretty quick.
So press one side and then swings. Now, it's up to you what number you choose. Last week we did 3, 5, 3, 5, 3 for the presses. I'm gonna switch it and try to do 5, 3, 5, 3, 5.
Just a couple extra.
Just a couple extra.
I'm in.
Great.
I'm in.
If those numbers work for you, it's our first set of presses, first arm, 5. If the number 5 is not for you, pick a number that's less than 5. Here we go. You just have to remember.
Other bell, Lauren.
That's right. That would be a challenging 5.
Get the right kettlebell for you. It's a small difference,
brain.
but it's a big enough difference to make a big deal here. So team Lauren, get ready to press, and you're going for your safe number. Lauren's going for 5. The first might be challenging, the second is also, but find your groove and save some reps for successive sets here. If you can't get 5, drop down the bell. That's okay. But get some volume there, shake it in between, and then our team gets to go while Lauren's team rests.
We're resting. Team Ian's going for his number or your number of presses. Use that breath when you press. It's that inhale down, press off that full belly, the strong core. Don't be a deflated balloon when you go to press. Breathe, off arm tension, cheeks, whole body here. Second side.
Clearly an upper body exercise here, the shoulders, the core, but it's the full body rooting into the ground, giving you stability, as Lauren alluded to, for the press overhead. What number are you at? Lauren's at about 3, 2 more. Hi-ya!
5.
5. See, that's why Lauren does the accounting. And I don't.
We all have our.
But here we go. 5 reps, team us, let's go.
Second side, Team Ian. You're trying to hit the same number you did on the first side. Whatever number works for you. Keep it clean. Keep it strong. Breathe. Root your feet. Use your cheeks. Use your abs. Use your off-arm tension. Rest when you're done. Whew.
Who is right? So our team there, team us, team second team, gets a little bit of rest, as the first team now is doing 5 repetitions of a swing on one arm. We could definitely use those 2 arms. If you're unfamiliar with the 2-hand swing, just go back to the 1-hand swing, go back to the 2, 5 reps, park it, and with little to no rest here, we'll do the same.
Team me in, 5 swings. Pack the shoulder, hips drive through. Hips drive through. Match your strong exhale with the hips that drive through.
Whew. It's that coordination, the power breath, the recoil. We're never fully emptying the breath. Instead, it's just sharp exhales and top-up inhale styles for your breath.
Take your time. This I go, you go gives us that equal work to rest ratio. Enjoy your rest. It's important for your strength set.
There we go.
All right, round 2. That was round 1. Done. Ding, ding.
Check, check.
2. Now, I'm going to 3 presses.
Little wave on the presses today. Start high and then come back low. And hopefully you do feel like you could do more. That's okay, save them because there's more sets coming up. Full body tension. Lauren's showing that awesome racks position with her vertical forearm. A firm grip. Adjust your stance and return to the floor. Now it's our turn for 3.
Big inhale to pull to rack and 1. Inhale. 2. Inhale. 3. Pull down. Great job, Ian.
Thank you. I'm going to enjoy that rest with a little shake. And Lauren's team again, going. She's pressing so strong, it's pressing itself right off of that screen. But the elbow is straight, the kettlebell staying straight overhead. 3 reps, finish like you could do it again. And then it's our turn to actually do that for that second time. 3.
One underrated part of your press is the pick up and put down. Make sure you pick it up with control, engaging that core and getting ready to breathe. Also make sure you put your bell fully down and then stand up. Fully down. Make sure you put your bell down with control and then stand up.
There we go. 5 swings. Was that your number? Is that just right for you? We're going to climb a little bit and go to 8. So it's an I go you set for 8 kettlebell swings. The feet are rooted, the glutes are squeezing. At the top of the swing leg there, the kneecaps are pulled straight up. Then they hinge on the hips. Last rep or so, and park. For us, it's that same. Choose your number. 5 is great, but let's challenge it towards 8.
8 swings here, team Ian. We're resting and we're watching our partner use their hips out the back. Reach, don't lose that hinge. Hips reach back every time. Hips snap through for power.
With that timing, right? We're going to keep tall as long as we can. When the kettlebell approaches the zipper, we hinge out of the way to load up that slingshot to power those hips back through. 8 reps. It's the breathing match. It's the feet rooted. It's the same cues, just always trying to finesse your most powerful version of the swing.
As you're recovering, as the U group grows, try to close your mouth. Breathe in and out that nose. Take your time. Walk around the room. Breathe. Look at those rooted feet. That off arm swinging with you. All right. Round 3.
Round 3. We're back up to 5, I think, Lauren.
We are. Hope I made a good decision here.
The best decision is to finish with integrity. So if it is feeling like you're about to fail, choose to fail rather than gravity telling you that that's it. Stay strong. It's the butt cheek squeeze. Not that I'm looking, but the breath is controlling the crest too. Hi-ya. There you go, Team Lauren. Awesome. There you go.
Feel free to make any sound you'd like.
Performance enhancing setups.
Same thing, team Ian. First arm, up to 5 reps here. When we're pressing for that higher volume, still control the down, but don't necessarily slow the down. Control it back to the rack position, but then it's back out. Spending too much time in that rack position will challenge that press for sure.
Got it. So sometimes you do that, as Lauren said. You kick out of that rack with that armpit going low.
My t-shirt's so soft today.
Oh,
Okay, second side.
so sweaty today.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, we're getting there though. So this is our second side, and that's second set of press. I know it's set 3, we are keeping track of that. It's a press overhead. That breath is here, finding that power. The feet are rooted, the glutes are sweeping, the core could take a punch as long punches towards the ceiling on our kettlebell press.
Great job.
Yeah.
There's something about that third set too. You know, high volume on that third set. Halfway, but not quite. Get over that hump here. Use the abs. Off arm tension. Inhale on the down. Butts and abs on the up. Last press here for Team Ian. And then the bell goes down with control. We're back to that single arm swing. This is the peak,
And we're peaking at 10. The feet on the swing press out the whole time. Out intensely on the back swing like that. And intensely on the front like that. Keep pushing out. Load up those hips. Tension on the hamstrings. If it feels in the low back, you want to modify the load or modify your strategy because we're going to feel it almost everywhere in the body except the low back. Here we go. Set of 10. Great cues with those nose breathing, Lauren. Here we go.
In and out of that nose here. As Team Ian goes, we get to rest. I had some points to comment on. I forget what they were now. I was going to talk about that core brace. That core brace is integral at the top of your swing, but also important on your hinge. So don't let that core go all saggy as you're pushing your hips back.
You got it. So right now there's that intense core and super intense core at the top. Maintain your brace and find that extra power that extra away from the hips. As a left, in the nose. And out. And I definitely caught myself breathing out there. Try to breathe into that nose. Because it's hard.
Once you place your belt down, try to take control of that breath. Slow it down as you recover. Staying loose will help. But if you're swinging with Ian, a couple more swings, you have high tension. Strong exhale. Great.
Down 4, which means you're nicely coming back down to 3 sets of presses and also coming back down from the pyramid towards 8 swings. Lauren's got her funky dance going.
Really, I'm just delaying time. 3 presses.
Stay loose. Have fun. 3 presses for that team. Lauren. Whew. Clean. High up press. Control the down. Power the up. Knuckles towards the ceiling. That's 3, Lauren. Looking great. Looking like you have more. It's also the goal.
We have 1 more set, so making it look and feel that way. Breathe. Inhale on the down. Push out of that strong base. Feet, cheeks, abs, tension. It's always the same checklist. But it never gets boring for some reason.
I just got to revisit it.
Well, I don't think it does. All right.
Okay, second side presses, same number like 3. Brace your core, power up to the rack, and press to overhead. Full body tension. All the cues, they stay the same. Thinking about them in different orders will aim to intensify your swing and your press.
1 more set of 3 here. Half of this round of round number 4, finishing up here with 1 more set of presses. For this 4th round in our swings, great job. We are back down to the number 8. If 8's not for you, do a different number.
Got it. Oftentimes we train 5s, 8s, and 10s for the swing. Occasionally we'll do a set of 20. But again, find that load that you can manipulate for those medium sets of numbers of reps here. And do it in that repeatable fashion. I hope Lauren's counting, and that's maybe an additional challenge for you too. We'll go 8 total swings for this round. Park it. Address your bell if you're ready to go with me. Let's do it for 8.
No recovery breath here. Team Ian, 8 swings. Exhale matches the hips. We're breathing. We're bracing. We're having a great time. Park that bell.
Yeah, one more side. One more side. It's 8 swings on that.
Woo!
Root those feet, Lauren.
Blooper reel.
Revisiting those cues. So for 8 reps, the kettlebell is passing out the back, above the knees. And to keep the kettlebell below the bum and above the knees out the back, and just about that chest height in the front.
We all do some bloopers here and there. 8. Team in. Breathing. Bracing. Finishing up round 4 or 5. On this swings and press routine. Doesn't have to be fancy to be effective. All right, this is a big one. Mentally prepare.
It's the last one.
5. Here we go.
Preparing.
I'm preparing.
No rush. Take your time and get the setup just right. Get the handle position in the right way for you. Root the feet. Say that number in your head. With the breath, get that number you're aspiring for. 5. And hiya. 3. And 4. Look at that. Focus on you. But look at that. Very strong, Lauren.
Thank you.
We'll do the same thing for us now, up to 5. Feel the power.
So I'm sending it to you. Up to 5 presses here. Vertical forearm. Tight grip on that bell too. Don't let those fingers go loosey-goose. Use them. Sometimes a little Hulk encouragement is appreciated.
Especially if that Hulk encouragement comes from right around here, from the core, deep down. So with a little extra rest, get your Hulk inspired sounds going, and we're going one last set, 3 to 5, and hopefully 5. Here we go. The feet are rooted, the glutes are squeezing, and matching the hiya effort of the breath to the hiya effort of the press. Awesome, Lauren.
5.
Not no problem, but very well done. Just credits how much work that actually is.
Ooh, work, but solid work. Happy I did it. It's been a while since I pressed that bell for a couple rounds of 5. So it feels good. Ian's finishing up his last set of presses here. Last one. Up, 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 up. See? Hulk power.
You're laughing at my hair there?
Well, I might have snickered,
I know.
but I tried to keep my
I wasn't going to be distracted with my press, but I knew Lauren was laughing at it.
snickering.
Shag in the front. We have one more set of swings, and we went up to 10, and now back down to 8, and now 5. 5.
Well, you have to fix it if you're going to talk about it. Just give it a little, oh, that's better.
I'm trying to keep my hands dry from my kettlebell though. 5 swings. Hiya. Root the feet. Chest height with the bell, and ensure the shoulder blades are retracted, squeezing together. Repeating.
Last.
Lauren's act here. 5 swings.
Finishing up round 5. 5 swings. Last set. Keep the power. No saving power. Same power throughout all 5 sets.
Nice.
Consistency.
One last set. 5 swings on both sides here. Hike, swing. Hike, swing. Keep it as fast and strong as Lauren. Not faster, not slower. Find that just right cadence to stay powerful throughout.
Last set for Team Ian. And then we'll do a breathing drill. Finishing up the strong set here. Bracing still, keeping all the essentials in your mind. Placing the bell down. Opening your nostrils. Inhale and exhale. And in and out. And in and out. And in and hold and out. And in and hold and in some more and out and hold empty and one more round. In for 4. Hold for 4. In more. Out. Last one, hold, empty for 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, that's tricky.
And we're saved.
Gets me every week.
We're not sure if you can hear those as we record here live on Thursdays at 4:05. Excuse me, Tuesdays at 4:05. But what do we do on Thursdays at 4:05?
We go to the bar and practice our hip mobility with movements inspired by the ballet. You don't need to know anything about the ballet to improve your hip strength and core stability.
Right on.
It's good for you. It's good for your mind.
The bar will help that pistol squat as much as these kettlebell presses will help you strengthen endurance in any other pursuit. So this is Tuesday, 4:05, Strength and Swings. I'm Ian, this is Lauren, and together, let's stay strong, thank our patrons, subscribe if you could, share a video with your friend or family member, and let's train soon. And as always, take care. Have a good day.
Goodbye. Thanks for coming.